One, two, three. Hello everyone, welcome to Brownie Talk, the podcast where we explore modern lifestyle decisions and the ideas shaping our future. I'm your host, my name is Syafa Latifah Huda, and today we are diving into the topic that sparked global conversations over the past decade, child-free. Okay, without further ado, we will discuss about child-free. Now, I am with my friends Ryan Alfazaki, Muhammad Abid Adian Muin, Fahri Raihan Baldan, and Arwan Kasri Tanjung. We will discuss about child-free and we will find out what their different perspectives. Is it possible that child-free is a lifestyle that should or should not be done? Okay, the phenomenon of child-free, which is becoming increasingly popular among parents in the modern era. Child-free is a condition when someone decides not to have children. We can all pretty much agree that child-free is the term used when someone has decided not to have children. They made an active choice. Unlike the term childless, which is often confused with child-free. Childless is when someone wants to be a parent but can't, usually due to medical reason, for example. And then choosing not to have children is not a momentary desire, but a decision made by many people today after deciding not to have children until old age at a young age. Many people remain childless when they reach childbearing age. Some people choose not to have children as a decision made to dedicate their lives to themselves, not bearing responsibility for others, and being free in terms of time and energy. However, others argue that this decision undermines traditionally family values and societal growth. And in Indonesia, the child-free movement has gained visibility, particularly among Generation Z. A study by Rio Satrianugroho revealed that while 65.4% of millennials and Gen Z intend to have children, a significant 34.6% have decided to remain child-free. Notably, 79% of respondents held neutral views towards the child-free choice, indicating a growing acceptance of diverse life paths. Okay, I will start with Arwan. So, what do you think about child-free, Arwan?
Okay, thank you, Shafa.
Yes.
So let's be honest, choosing to be child-free isn't just a trend. It's a lifestyle decision that many people are making for some very real and truthful reason. For example, being not ready to become a parent, economic factor, environmental factor, even personal physical condition, or the partner physical condition. First of all, some people who choose to be child-free because they don't want to be responsible for others. Being a parent means taking full of responsibility, not just for raising a child, but for shaping their value, supporting their dream, and being present through every stage of their life. As Along Gale tweeted on X, he said, "I honestly support people choosing to be child-free more than those who talk about having many kids bringing fortune but fail to take care of them."
There are also several artists in Indonesia who have famous and viral some time ago because they choose a childless lifestyle.
Iya, jadi sebenarnya aku sama Paulus itu child free. Kita emang nggak ada rencana ingin punya anak gitu kan. Kita pinginnya berdua aja gitu. Nah, mungkin ini terlalu ekstrim kali ya. Seperti biasa kalau orang child free itu pasti dapat dikasih bingonya gitu. Di bahasa kita tuh bingo kayak gimana kalau nanti lu berubah pikiran, terus nanti kalau misalnya lu tua siapa yang jagain lu, terus apakah lu udah mendiskusikan ini ke suami lu, padahal ya ini badan aku gitu kan ibaratnya. Udah pastilah kalau hal kayak gitu kita udah sediskusikan gitu berdua gitu, dan kita decision kita untuk tidak punya keturunan ini pun bukan tiba-tiba maunya aku atau kayak suka-suka kita langsung plug gitu selesai. Ini juga ada proses yang panjang gitu kan. Paling ekspektasi itu dari orang-orang luar, netizen yang kayak, Kak kapan punya anak? Aku pingin punya keponakan online. Itu kayak, oh my god. Gue ngeliatnya padahal buat aku punya anak itu it's such a big deal gitu kan. Mungkin Mbak Ana lebih ngerti karena Mbak Ana psikolog gitu kan. Gimana kalau misalnya kita sebagai orang tua gak being responsible, terus taunya kita memberikan luka ke anak kita. Namanya manusia kan, kita berhak memilih dan punya pilihan ya. Alhamdulillah aku punya pilihan untuk nggak punya kan. Walaupun ada perempuan di luar sana yang dia pingin punya tapi nggak bisa gitu kan. Tapi regardless ya memang ini keputusan kita gitu kan. Dan ya banyak sih tetap yang kayak akhirnya being intrusif gitu. Itu banyak banget. Aku malah pinginnya aku cepet-cepet 30 sekian karena biar orang tuh stop nanya gitu. Ya biar stop nanya. Terus kan ya di masyarakat kita tuh ada prinsip patriarki di mana perempuan umur 30 itu udah kadaluarsa gitu. Kita kayak susu gitu ibaratnya. Jadi aku bisa kayak yaudah dah gue pingin berdamai gitu kan dengan ini semua. Terus jangan ganggu. Nah, salah satu poin dari diskusi kita soal ini adalah aku bring up topik bahwa kayaknya ada banyak banget teman-teman aku, bahkan orang tua aku sendiri gitu, ketika aku tanya lu kenapa pingin punya anak, mereka tuh nggak bisa memberikan jawaban yang di aku itu tidak terdengar selfish gitu. Kayak aku pernah nanyain ke ibuku contohnya, kayak mama kenapa punya anak gitu kan, dan dia tuh punya anak di saat ya mereka masih tidak punya apa-apa gitu secara ekonomi, dan aku kayak ngerasa kayak wah berani sekali ya gitu kan. Terus di Jerman pula kan berani banget gitu kan. Terus ibuku dia jujur-jujuran aja kayak mama nggak tahu kalau misalnya mama punya pilihan gitu. Mama pikir punya anak itu adalah hal yang kamu lakukan ketika kamu udah menikah gitu. Dan menurut aku pribadi itu bukan alasan yang kuat gitu untuk akhirnya orang itu agak-agak nggak responsibel kalau di otak.
Kamu tanya
2 tahun lalu deh kayaknya.
Oke.
Iya, 2 tahun lalu aku nanya kayak gitu. Dan dia untungnya jujur gitu. Dia nggak kayak ngerasa misalnya kayak ada egonya tersakiti, terus kayak ya kan punya anak itu ibadah, dia nggak ngomong kayak gitu. Untungnya ya mama nggak merasa ada pilihan gitu kan. Katanya orang-orang abis nikah itu harus punya anak, ya udah mau punya anak gitu. Iya sih, karena buat aku badan manusia itu dia gitu yang punya ujung-ujungnya gitu kan. Dan apalagi soal perempuan gitu. Kalau aku ngatur-ngatur orang lain untuk kayak, ih lu kok punya anak sih atau gimana, itu tandanya aku kontradiktif dengan value yang aku pegang bahwa ya perempuan itu punya pilihan gitu. Perempuan itu punya body otonomi dia sendiri gitu.
A lot of people are calling me selfish for not wanting to have kids. Tapi kayak I didn't harm anyone. Gue nggak ngeruguin diri gue, nggak ngeruguin orang lain. It's actually the opposite. A lot of parents yang malah ngeruguin anaknya, tapi nggak ada orang yang berani untuk ngomongin parents itu selfish. Again, like you said before, di awal ada romantisasi kan, romantisasi you being parents gitu, kayak oh you know like I give birth to you, I have sacrificed myself for you. Dude, you chose this life.
The average reason was to fill their free time so they could focus on their careers and self-care. One of them that I found was from YouTuber, vlogger, and influencer Gita Savitri, who went viral some time ago because of several tweets on her social media that were somewhat controversial according to netizens. And this is one the comment on the Instagram that went viral some time ago. Not having kids is indeed natural anti-aging. You can sleep for 8 hours every day, not stress hearing kids screaming, and when you finally got wrinkles, you have the money to pay for Botox.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Every parent must always remember to the consequence of their own action and word. Yeah. Some people are not ready to bear this responsibility. Parents who are not ready to have children will have a negative impact on their children due to their sense of unpreparedness, which will hurt the children. Some people simply feel they are not ready, or maybe they know they never will be, and that's okay.
Wait. How do people know they are not ready or might never be ready for that level of responsibility?
Okay. Often it's come from self-reflection or past experience. Maybe they saw their parents struggle, or they have faced their own mental health challenge. Yeah. They realize parenting will stretch them beyond what they can give, and they rather be honest than risk harming a child.
Secondly, then there's the economic side. Let's talk numbers for a second. The US Department of Agriculture estimate that raising one child until the age of 18 can cost over $233,000, and that's not even counting college. So when someone decides not to have children, it often gives them greater financial freedom. That money can go towards self-development, travel, career growth, or investment. Things that contribute to meaningful and fulfilling life in other ways. So, by not becoming parents, someone can allocate their resource for something more beneficial for himself.
That's a difficult situation. So, you are saying for some couples, this is not just a lifestyle choice, but it's actually about economic survival.
Exactly. It's not about rejecting family value, it's about being realistic. People want to live well, but save, maybe buy a house, or invest on their career. And with this economy, going child-free help them stay afloat. Choosing a child-free life doesn't mean missing out on a happy, loving family. Many couples build a strong, fulfilling relationship without having children. This lifestyle can also help the environment by reducing carbon emission and resource use.
Wait. Sorry for interrupting. I have one question for you, Arwan. What is the advantage of being child-free?
Yeah.
That's right.
According psychologist Ellen Walker notes some benefits of being child-free, such as having more time for self-care, relationship, career, and personal passion. Life can also more peaceful without the noise and demands of parenting. Some people choose not to have kids because of negative childhood experience, like growing up in broken home. Yeah. Of course, there are cautions too, like feeling different from peers, missing out on parenthood, or having no one to care for you when you're old. But this challenge can be managed. Child-free people often build strong community, find meaning in other role, and plan ahead for aging. In the end, being child-free is not about avoiding responsibility. It's about living a life that matches your value and goals. For many, it's a meaningful and intentional choice.
And we can conclude that why many generations now choose child-free from several sources. One is about money. With the inflation rising year after year, many basic needs like food, housing, and healthcare keep rising, but salaries stay the same. This makes raising child more difficult, and they don't have enough money to take care of a child. And second point is personal goals. There are many people wants to focus on their personal goals and passions, whether that's building career, traveling world, and just simply enjoy their freedom. Choosing not to have children give them space and time to do that without the huge responsibility that parenting brings.
And I also want to add a point. There is something called the sandwich generation, where someone is stuck in the middle, financially and emotionally supporting both their aging parent and their own kids. It's a lot of pressure, and some people want to avoid that burden entirely. Another reason is mental readiness. Not anyone feels emotionally or mentally to raise a child. Parenting requires a lot of patience, time, and emotionally energy. They also need to think the long-term cost of their child in the future. And some people, they're just not in that place, and that's okay.
So, in our opinion, choosing to be child free isn't about being selfish. It's about knowing what kind of life you want to build and having life you want and having the freedom to build it your way.
Okay. Thank you, Arwan and Fahri. You brought up a lot of powerful points. That's amazing. That's amazing, from personal responsibility to financial particularity and even environmental consciousness. These are real concerns shaping how people choose to live their lives. But while many see this as empowering choices, others argue that opting out of parenthood might affect traditional family values and even the future of our society, right?
Yes.
Okay, to discuss further on this topic, we will move on to Ryan and Abid. So, what do you think, guys, about child free?
You first.
Okay, so I'm really appreciate Arwan's and
Okay.
Fahri's points, but
Thank you.
not everyone in our generation to choose child-free, right?
Yes.
And most of them actually want to have children, and they also have their own perspective on being child-free, such as seen as selfish. People who choose not to have children are often seen as selfish because they are taught to only care about their own comfort and not want the responsibility of being a parent. And then child free is mismatched with culture and traditional values. In Indonesia, many people believe that having children is an important part of a complete family and continuing the family line. So, choosing to be child-free is often seen as going against social norms and traditions.
Okay, I will add the Ryan statement. But maybe for unsuitable with religion's teachings. Religions like Islam, Christianity, Hinduism, and others usually encourage people to get married and have children as part of worship and continuing the faith.
Yeah, even the richest person on earth, Elon Musk, once tweeted about this issue. Wait, yeah. The childless have little stake in the future. And then that tweet was replied to by an account named Data Hazard with following tweet: democracy is probably unworkable long term without limiting suffrage to parents. Helps solve the procreation problem too. So, Elon Musk's statement, people who do choose child-free have no interest or effect in the future, as they are not basing on the next generation to our nation.
And then, for demographic and health impact, the head of Indonesia National Population and Family Planning Agency, or we can call it BKKBN, Mr. Hasto Wardoyo said that on a larger scale, the child-free lifestyle is not good for society. He pointed out that if many people choose not to have children, it could lead to a reproductive recession, causing negative population growth and shortage of workers. Medically, he also mentioned that women who don't have children are more likely to experience certain health issues
Yeah.
such as fibroids and endometrial cancer.
Okay, alright. You mentioned something really powerful just now. How credible is the concern that with widespread child-free choices will trigger a harmful reproductive recessions in Indonesia?
Reproductive recession.
Yes.
Experts say that if people keep having fewer children over a long time, it can cause problem like not enough worker and stress on pension system. But this only happens if low birth rates continue widely and no action like support for families using technology or allowing more immigrants as are taken to help.
Okay, so interesting.
Sorry,
Abid.
sorry.
Okay.
Sorry to interrupt you, Abid and Ryan.
Okay.
You mentioned something that worries me. Aren't cultural norms supposed to adapt for a time? How can we be certain that insisting on childbearing as a complete family isn't just preserving an outdated standard?
Also, cultivating children as a requirement for a counted family is indeed traditional. But every culture also continues to change according to economic, social, and ecological conditions. The decision to have a family should prioritize individual freedom and responsibility, not merely fulfill an old expectations. I believe there's always a way to prepare yourself. Maybe not instantly, but gradually.
Okay. I will add Ryan's statement. Okay. Life will never be perfectly ready, but sometimes having children motivates people to become better, to grow stronger, and to fight for something greater than themselves. Like that, maybe.
It's a risk but a meaningful one, right?
Oh yes.
Yes.
I will explain more deeply about this, about the benefit of you have a children.
Okay, the
right?
benefits.
First,
Okay.
you will have community and social ties. Families help build strong communities, and children connect people through schools, events, traditions. Without young families, social activities and local culture can slowly disappear.
Maybe next with
Oh, and
your agreement.
my next argument is personal growth and purpose. Becoming a parent can bring deep meaning, emotional growth, and a strong sense of purpose. While hobbies and careers matter, raising children often offers a different kind of fulfillment.
Okay. I have a statement too. It's similar with Ryan's statement. Aging population and economy about that. Many countries have more elderly people and fewer young workers. If fewer children are born, the next generation will face more pressure to support public service like healthcare and pension system maybe, and maybe with about support in old age. In many cultures, children help care for parents later in life. Without them, people may have to rely only on outside help, which can be more expensive and become lonely.
Oh, okay. That's So amazing. Thank you, Ryan and Abid, for laying out those pressing concerns from communal bonds and economic balance to personal fulfillment and cultural heritage. It's clear that the choice to remain child free isn't only a personal matter but touches on the broader fabric of society. Okay, so guys, that all perspectives from Arwan and Fahri, Ryan and Abid, I can draw some important points. Okay, Arwan and Fahri provide insight into the reasons why people choose to be child-free for many people because financial pressure, career goals, and the desire to keep one's time and energy free are powerful motivations for choosing a child-free life. He also highlights how this choice can reduce ecological footprints and allow individuals to invest deeply in their own growth and happiness. On the other hand, Ryan and Abid asked us to consider what might be lost when fewer people raise children, tighter community bonds, intergenerational support, and the passing on of family traditions. He pointed out the challenges an aging society may face both economically and culturally if too few of us choose parenthood. Okay, so in conclusion, everyone must clearly understand the level of personal responsibility, the desire to remain free in time and energy, and the need to dedicate their personal life to children. There are many people who are not ready for this and they believe that having children will only ruin their lives and the lives of their children in the future. Okay.
Okay, that's right. The decision to live a child-free lifestyle is a complex issue that includes personal choice, but the financial consideration and social implication.
Although the benefits of not having children, such as financial freedom
Okay.
and a smaller environment impact, are very appealing. The potential consequences for the structure of society and cultural continuity cannot be ignored. How about you, Arman?
Okay, how about you,
I
Arwan?
also like to add this. Okay, as time progress, it is important for society to open up healthy discussion space regarding the value of various life choice, including the child-free lifestyle.
In the end, the challenge is how to respect individual decision while being aware of their impact on future generation. Balancing personal freedom with social responsibility is essential in facing today's debates.
Okay, I can understand all that. I think both choices between choosing a child-free lifestyle or not, they both have the same mission for the future, which is to use a good financial strategy to prepare for old age, guys, right?
Yeah.
That's why we have to respect each other's differences and not bring down other people's choices. Okay, so unfortunately, our time to talk about the current trending lifestyle of child-free has been long enough to keep you company. Thank you guys, Arwan, Fahri, Ryan, and Abid.
Yes, you're welcome.
And thank you guys, everyone. Thank you everyone for listening in our podcast in Brownie Talk. See you next time.
See you.